Okay. What are you going to do?
He has
Get a short rest.
He has, go back to the room and take a short rest. That'd be the smart thing to do, but he isn't going to do that. He has 2 flasks of oil.
Yes.
Okay.
I like the way you think.
He's going to take some time. He's going to make a Molotov cocktail, 2 of them. I'm going to go test the door.
Uh-huh.
Notice that the door isn't locked.
Yes.
I'm going to light the Molotov cocktails, the 2 of them.
Okay.
Open the door. I'm going to throw the 2 in there and close the door, and then I'm going to back up to that where that choke point is right there.
Okay, so you're setting this
ready.
You're setting this on fire. Let it burn. Okay.
But I threw it inside the room.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, yeah. So you're making them run out of here.
Yeah. And I've got all their arrows right beside me.
Oh my God, I love this. All right. So the first guy probably running out is the big bad king. So I'm gonna do my my beautiful rendition of a kobold chieftain, which looks like maybe a dinosaur. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm running. He's got his battle axe in his hand. Hopefully and he's gonna run in. And obviously, I guess you're just gonna get one shot on this guy before he's on it. We have to roll initiative.
Right.
All right. You get 1 free shot. He's got 8 hit points. Mike, good job. Good job there, buddy. All right. That's what I like to see out of you. All right.
So all right. Wallace with his it's only 1d6 plus.
Oh no, but you get to make 2 shots.
Oh, 2 shots.
That's right. Okay. It's a bow. So shoot again. Get real high.
Nice.
Oh yes. Oh my God. Okay, 2d6, and you get to add your strength bonuses. So you may come out. You may kill this. The girls are not.
7 plus 6 is that would do it.
Okay. All right.
So Mike, he's dead.
You've won at Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know whether you realize this. You've actually won because the girls will come out, seeing their chieftain shot up. They're going to drop. Oh, no. Beg for forgiveness. And if you want, you could plug them all and kill them all right now. There's 5 of them.
They're dead.
He just rolls anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. You killed them all. This is truly, you've won. Oh my God. Okay. 5th level.
With 1 hit point left.
With 1 hit point left. What have we learned? And he didn't get a rest or nothing. We played it fair, except maybe the boosting of the strength stat, and the other one was, I don't even know how much that actually played a factor, really.
I haven't left. I didn't go deal with the rats, but honestly, at this point, if I went back there and I saw rats, I wouldn't deal with them at all.
Why would you? Why would anybody go back there and deal with rats?
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Mike.
This was something.
Okay. How you want? We could sum up this thing just to kind of like, like I said, part of me is kind of like, it's exasperating because you said there's no way I'm going to win it, and at the end you're down to 1 hit point, which actually makes this one of our classic. Oh my God, scrape by the end of your teeth. It makes it an exciting adventure. I don't think it gets more exciting than when you get to this level. But
I think honestly, I mean, what we have learned is that strategy is everything.
Burn them out.
You can't go just toe to toe with 7, 8, 9, 10, even if they're kobolds. And the other part is that, as fun as this was, this also should remind us this is a team game.
Yeah. 1
cleric, 1 mage, 1 other fighter. This all would have been different.
Yeah.
D&D is not a solo game.
No. I mean, you can play it like that. It's a lot of fun. I mean, but if you have another guy, if you had a mage, sleep that and move to the next thing.
Yeah. Oh, a cleric with even a minor heal spell every now and then.
Yes, that's a game changer.
If we played a paladin, well, I don't know. 5e kind of has that second wind. Paladin,
right?
Lay on hands. So yeah.
I just think there was a bunch of bad rolls with the 5e guy. I think also because you scale the monsters up. They get +4 in their hit. They're getting massive pluses on their hit for kobolds. You're like, what the hell? I mean, that's like You would think first level monsters don't get a plus on their hit.
Yeah.
I mean, because that changes the whole. Because I guess here, I mean that's the stat.
Yeah.
+4 to hit, +4 to hit. Where these guys, their first level, you don't get a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, they're scaled according to their hit dice. So it's whatever their hit dice, and it stops at 9. You don't get any more after that. So it is what it is. So in some ways, the game seems to move faster all of a sudden when you go Swords and Wizardry. I think it's a faster, more, how would you say, robust kind of way of playing. You're hitting and running.
Yeah.
Here, this one, because I have to do all this adding thing, makes it a little more. You have to keep more to keep track of. And we're pretty good at because we keep playing the same guys over and over again.
Yeah.
And I didn't even do this keen smell or anything or this pack. See, I didn't do this. Advantage on attack rolls like a creature, at least that one within 5 feet. They've all should have had advantage on you when they were circling you and fighting you in the circle.
Those are the rats, though. You were on the rats.
Oh, yes, I am. Sorry. No, the same thing for these two guys, too. Kobolds.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, pack tactics. Yeah, you're right.
They should have all been with advantage.
Yeah.
On you every time. Obviously, that would have overwhelmed you. You would have died quicker.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't know. I don't know if you noticed that. I'm telling you that now.
No, I didn't notice it. I also truthfully don't know when I would have advantage, to roll 2 dice. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Well, I didn't even notice this thing. I guess it's a wash. Sunlight sensitivity.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and the wisdom perception if they rely on sight. Because they fought you, I guess, out on the ground one time.
Yeah.
They should have had disadvantage when they had advantage. It should have washed out. But okay, whatever. I mean, hey, we're learning stuff here.
Yeah.
This makes it hard to keep track of when you're DMing. I mean, really, do we need all this stuff to play? I find it really, because when you're playing this character here, we just said they're like little goblin-like humanoids that are going to chase you down and try to do stuff. Yeah. -1 if they're above ground. So it makes it really kind of easy if they're above ground, but they gave up on ground. They just went, let's go down. Yeah. It's kind of when he comes into the cave, which is the way you would have played him. Yeah. And you would have played it, they ambush you. You would have played it that way.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's kind of where you are. Well,
it was fun.
I'm glad we finished this test. How did you want to do the next test? In all honesty.
Well, the question is, truthfully, did you want to do the other classes? I didn't know. I don't know if you want to do thieves, rogues, mages, wizards.
The only one I would do, the only one that I think would be interesting would be a thief. But they would have to roll different means of doing their thief skills because the skills are what makes them. Think of it this way. This is kind of strange, right? So if you're going to do a thief movement, and I know 5e has you're using your perceptions and whatever dexterity and but if we're doing swords and wizardry, I don't know if we have essentially one or two choices. I guess we start to do this. One of them is to do let me just share a tab so we can take a look at what we're going to do. But and I don't know. I try to say, is it worth it?
It may not be. I'll be honest with you. There is such a big difference, and
the magic user especially is going to be like kind of.
Oh, it's night and day. The magic user with 5e is going to blow the mage and sword and wizardry out of the water.
Yeah, because you got a cantrip. You can sit there and just keep blasting things. Okay, yeah. So. Okay, do we use this? I don't want to use this table because I don't like the way it's percentile. I guess you can use it. There's our fighter. Oh, it's like a magic user. You get one spell.
Yeah, that's the thing. One spell and that's it.
That's it. You're dead. It's gonna suck. That's okay. I could just say the 5e is gonna win. You get a cantrip, so you can you could keep shooting it over and over and over again. So, but for the thief, use this scale.
Oh yeah,
because that's got the percentile dice, which is really hard, I think. Or do we use what we use, which I think is much easier, and it's quicker to adjudicate, or is it this one? We use this one. So, I mean, it's basically sort of based on the other one. You just roll 4 or up. So this is 50%, 50%, 50%. This is like 33%, 33%, 33%. But if you got a dexterity or a halfling,
right,
it's going to change things. I mean,
it's up to you. What I did, just to let you know, is the thief in 5e that I was most attracted to playing is that arcane trickster.
So what does that mean, arcane trickster? Is he like a thief or is he an assassin?
He's a thief that at 3rd level starts getting magic cast spells. He gets cantrips and very specific spells, spells that illusionary spells and things like that. So, but he's basically a thief with some magic skills. His mage hand does specific things. He's a thief with cantrips at 3rd level. At 2nd level, well, actually, what I rolled up is because I rolled up a high elf. The high elf would have a cantrip from the very beginning, which would be minor illusion, which I thought might help you with your concern about the hiding, because he could cast an illusion and hide behind the illusion. But they would roll with, according to the 5e, it's my spell casting ability against their perception to see if they would see if it's an illusion or not.
Right.
But
so, well, in all earnestness, I don't think that a Swords and Wizardry character would actually be able to even compete with that.
I don't think.
I'm just saying. Well, yeah,
I can go with you.
Well, the other thing too is also because it's the DM adjudicates those things.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the big difference is in 5e. Where you say, "Oh, you're going to do something." Well, I'll roll a perception check to see whatever, see whether I notice it. And then there's not that mechanic in Swords and Wizardry. So it really is the DM. Did they notice you or not? And he may roll something. He may not roll something. Yeah. He may say, "Well, that was such a good idea. We'll just let that one slide." You know what I'm saying? Therefore, I don't know if we have a fair basis of comparison.
We probably don't. And as we were talking about this fighter thing before, there was a sort of this. It was more of an apple to an apple type thing, and what would work with the part with when I'm thinking about the other major classes, and I know people get into hyper specifics, but basically the thief or the rogue, whatever you want to call it,
right?
The thief, the rogue thing. There's so much differences between 5e and Swords and Wizardry and all the other abilities they get kind of earlier on. I don't think, just even at 2nd level, that hiding that bonus action to hide, you don't get in Sword and Wizardry. It just doesn't happen.
No.
But I see the mechanic working in 5e because everything else is so big that
exactly
that the thief becomes this glass cannon. They get this really big hit. They call it a sneak attack, but another word of calling instead of a sneak attack is
the backstab.
Knows where to hit.
Well, it used to be called the backstab. We were
the backstab. Yeah,
we always said it was from behind, and assassins could do it anytime assassin goes from behind, he gets the bonus. Mm-hmm. He or she, it doesn't matter, right? Mm-hmm. These can only do it at surprise, and that's kind of the way it went. So they took the rogue, and I'm looking at the character sheet right now, and they made this thing so.
So basically, anytime that the thief has advantage, or anytime that the whatever they're shooting is next to another opponent, or another someone that's on their team, they can get the ability to get those additional sneak attack points or backstab, whatever, I get it, but it's Swords and Wizardry. It just doesn't work that way.
Now I can tell. I'm looking for the hide thing for some reason. Why can't I find it? Where would it be?
You would find it. It's going to be it's called Cunning Action. If I'm not mistaken, and it's a second level.
Or a hide action, but where's the description of a hide action? Sneak attack. These can't. Starting second level, you quickly think of Jill. You could take the bonus action turns, disengage, dash, or hide action.
Right.
But how is hide defined?
Oh, that's in the middle.
I have to look that up because that's what I want to know. How are we defining hide? This is where the DM gets involved. He says, "Well, that's they're not hidden."
It's on page 192, if I'm not mistaken.
Hide in plain. No, it's hidden.
Well, you're talking about
under action. Hidden.
192 combat hide. When you take the hide action, you make a dexterity stealth check in an attempt to hide, following the rules in Chapter 7. So Chapter 7, there's hiding. If you succeed, you gain certain benefits as described in the unseen attackers and targets section later in this.
Chapter 7, hiding.
Yeah.
So hidden is 177. So let's go back some. Jesus. It's too much work. I gotta look it up.
I gotta read.
I just had such issue with what is it? Dexterity, acrobatics. Where's damn hiding? DM decides when the situation is appropriate for hiding. Okay, that's it. The DM decides.
Yeah, when you try to hide, you make a dexterity check, stealth, until you are discovered. You could stop hiding. You can't hide from a creature that can see you clearly and give away your position if you make noise such as shouting or warning or knocking or vase. In combat, most creatures stay alert for signs. So, I mean, it's.
But you know what this used to be, honestly?
Sure.
It's right there in front of us. I don't know why. It's called hide in shadows.
Mm-hmm.
But once you make a noise or once you do something, you're no longer hidden. Unless you try to run and then you have to roll to hide in the shadows again.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's just that they made it a little weird.
Well, they made it as part of that bonus action. So what happens, the way that's written in 5e, the way that we would do this in Swords and Wizardry, I'd be walking up somewhere and I would tell you that I want to hide. And you would say, okay, roll to see if you could hide, right? But let's say if I went and said, I'm walking up and I want to attack somebody, and I attack them, and I said, and now I want to hide, you would say, are you crazy? You just attacked somebody.
Well, I think it's the third paragraph. In combat, most creatures stay alert to the signs of danger all around them. If you come out of hiding and approach a creature, it usually sees you. Under certain circumstances, DM might allow you to stay hidden as you approach the creature that is distracting, allowing you to gain advantage on the attack roll before you're seen. But I think once you make an attack, you can never be hidden after that. That creature is aware of your presence. There's no way. And I think people abuse that, and I think that drives me crazy. And I would, if you would want to do the rogue and go through the 5e rogue way, I would do it with you. I would do both of them that way. I always thought the assassin would probably be one of the most deadly characters going in 101. But yeah, you could do we'll try the rogue. We'll try the rogue compared to the assassin. Okay. Because the assassin always gets the bonus and gets like tons of damage going from behind. So, but he works best in a group. He's not a straight on fighter.
Sure.
Actually, the thief would be a better class going one-on-one, going one in there because they could do all this stuff. The assassin's actually 3 levels below a thief as far as skills.
But if you wanted to, well, again, and I don't know if it's comparing apples to apples or apples to oranges or even apples to a walnut, but with swords and wizardry, you have the assassin. In 5e, you have the rogue, and the assassin is a subclass.
Yeah,
there is a subclass called assassin, but again, I think it still functions the same way as you have this. If you combat, you hide as a bonus action,
right?
Which again, mechanically, I understand why they wrote it that way. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. But,
well, I'm going to. I would not be counting on that bonus action of hiding. Just saying. I mean, as a DM, I'm going to say no. You can't. You have 9 kobolds around you. You struck one of them. Then I hide. Really? I don't think that's going to work. I think they all have dark vision. And they all see where you are. I think it's too damn obvious at that point. Well, I'm going to hide from things that have dark vision. I think that's almost impossible because if they see you, they're looking at your infrared, right? All stuff coming out from you. So, yeah, that's going to. And I mean, like I said, it's just a different way of play. Let's do. And the sneak attack. And the rules for sneak attack. If you have advantage of the roll, you don't need advantage if there's another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, it's not going to work right now playing this solo. I mean, the way that they work it in a party is, the big meat gets in front, the barbarian fighter or whatnot. Thief kind of either stays off to the side periphery and will fire at that bad guy next to his or her partner and get the sneak attack, because I guess the idea is that the bad guy is engaged in fighting the other person.
And see, like, once again, like I think a sneak attack works all the way up until you've done something. Now you're noticed. You no longer can sneak.
Yeah.
And that's how I would play it. I would play it. That first attack counts. After that, you do not, that person is well aware of your presence. So this would be good if you had a rogue and a fighter. A fighter's taking him head on, and this guy comes and he makes an attack on one guy. Okay, he gets sneak attack on that one guy. Then he has to move to another target, then to another target. He can't hit that same target again without them knowing he's there. So yes, that's how I would play that. And I think and my problem with the rogue, I think, is the way I DM'd it. I don't think it's really the class itself. I just let the person playing it get away with sneak attack too much on the same. Sure. You hit something, you can keep sneak attacking the same thing. I'm like, wow, they know you're there. And I think I was, I hate to say it, a little bullied when I was gaming for 8 people. They were all, oh no, they could do it. Oh, no. They just argued it. I should have just squashed it and said, no, I don't think it works. It doesn't make sense.
I get you. And you can DM this however you want. I'm just saying that the way that the way that it's written, I think when it uses the word sneak attack, if they wrote it a different way, saying this person knows the sensitive places to hit, so they're making an assumption that the bad guy is so engaged in fighting this other person, they're not paying attention to the thief. But I'm fine with it. The rogue is a glass cannon. They're supposed to be able to hit hard occasionally and not take a lot of hits. That's their role.
Yeah, they're striking from a distance.
Right. And they're more skill based. So you have to have they're the ones that have the skills. But again, it's one of those things where it depends on the campaign. They work well in a party, and they work well if you have a campaign that's.
Well, they have the assassin. So they have thief, assassin, and arcane trickster.
Yeah,
the assassin class. They have a 3rd level. You're able to get the drop on an enemy, and if you make a strike, it's a critical hit. Yeah, I don't know. This is all good. This is all fun and games.
Yeah, it is.
But at least we got to a conclusion on this one.
Yes.